You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical.
Oh, great! It's Monsters, our favorite show.
It's starting.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Tales from the TV. If this is your first time joining us, each and every week we discuss an episode of a classic anthology show, such as The Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and many, many other shows. Today we will be covering an episode from the show Inside Number 9 called A Quiet Night In. But first, here's a guy that never forgets to put his phone on silent, Joe Thurston.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm just dandy. Nothing else.
Yeah, this internet's a little laggy, so bear with us. And also, we have a man who definitely, maybe, has a blow-up doll under his bed, Remy Militello.
Hi, all. I have to make room for a lot of stuff under that bed. But I'm doing good. I'm happy to be recording. I've really enjoyed this episode. And I definitely wasn't super late getting here. So, you know, editing magic.
He was not opening up Digimon cards, we swear.
That was not happening. But if I was, I did really well.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving? You guys have a good Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Everyone.
I had 2 of them, which was exactly as many as I could handle.
Nice. Same day?
Different days, thank God. One on Wednesday, one on Thursday. Very different energies, but they were both nice.
2 nice meals.
You know that Thanksgiving or like holiday energy where there's like a tension that like you can cut with a knife. One may have had that, and the other was one of those ones. It's like, is this going to be the last time I see this relative live? So they had different vibes.
Fair enough.
Was it Walter Jameson?
No, he could definitely use whatever for sure.
We'll find him an alchemist.
We'll find him an alchemist. Get him a new heart, a nice lead one.
Joe, how was your Thanksgiving?
Good, good. I just had one dinner, and it was with hang out with my new niece and the rest of my family and just have a nice, relaxing evening. It was good.
Get to be an uncle.
How about you? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have kids you can fuck with and then send home.
That aren't yours, yeah, that you can traumatize.
Yeah, it's the best kind of kid to have in your life.
So my wife has a tattoo of a cartoon potato on her leg, symbolizing me. And I have a tomato symbolizing her. And our nephew, who I believe is 3, wanted to know where that came from. And she said she got it in potato jail. And now he is terrified of potato jail and had a mini meltdown when we told him he's going to go to potato jail because he was the one who was guilty in Clue. And it was hilarious, and his parents did not enjoy it at all.
That's an awesome story. I love that kind of shit.
So fun.
It's great. Yeah, I played Mario Party with my niece and nephew, so that was fun.
Oh, how is the new Mario Party?
It's cool. I got Superstars. It's they have like it's only like 5 boards though from the old ones, but it's pretty good. Brings back the old Mario Party style.
They're always so stingy with those boards, like they matter.
I know. Just copy and paste all of them from the old ones. How
I
hard
know,
is it?
who cares, man? They're literally made. You can even have it in the old art style, and people would love it.
I know. I think hopefully they come out with DLC for it.
Yeah, they've embraced DLC, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the online works for it pretty good. So we were playing online too.
that's good. That's like the main thing that interests me in that game. Is because
Yeah.
like Mario Party with online is like childhood dreams fulfilled instead of just beating the computer.
Yeah. I like having one computer in there though. Sometimes it's fun.
I love how the difficulty level of the computer totally doesn't matter. It like very easy or very hard, they practically play the same. Maybe that's changed, but
They're good either way. So
no. Well, if the game wants the computer to win, the computer will win. It's just a matter of landing on a bunch of special stars.
all right, you guys want to
Bonus
get into
stars.
this episode because there's a lot going on in this thing.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about Mario Party. Yes, let's talk about
All right, so I hope our internet connection stays pretty stable here. All right, so Inside Number 9 is a British black comedy anthology show. Each episode takes place in an apartment or house numbered with the number 9. It is written by Reese Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton and produced by the BBC. If you would like to stop now and go watch this episode, it is available on Hulu. It's season 1, episode 2, A Quiet Night In. Episode aired February 20th, 2014. The plot is a couple of silent, bungling burglars try to steal a painting from a luxury home at the same time as the owner and his missus are having a serious fight. It was directed by David Kerr and written by Steve Pemberton and Reese Shearsmith, who also were in this episode. So we got Dennis Lawson in this. He's Gerald, the older wealthy man. He was also in an episode of Tales from the Crypt, Smoke Rings, and Star Wars.
who's he in Star Wars?
Just like a rebel pilot.
Yeah, he does have that sort of familiar face, but I don't know. I didn't know if that was just like,
I think he's in the first 3.
yeah.
And then we got Steve Pemberton as Eddie. He's like the thicker robber. He's one of the writers of the show. We got Reese Shearsmith as Ray. He's the thinner robber, I guess I would explain it like that.
These guys are great.
They are. He's one of the writers of the show, and they're in a bunch of episodes.
I love that they're the writers. I did not know that. That's so fun.
Yeah, they have like a real like Simon Pegg, Nick Frost.
They
kind
do,
of vibe about
yeah,
them
yeah.
that I really.
Mixed in with like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we got Una Chaplin as Sabrina. So this episode is a homage to the silent era films, and it contains almost no spoken words. The actress playing Sabrina, the trophy wife, is Una Chaplin, granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin,
Weird.
That's awesome.
Weird. That's
who's famous
super
for
cool,
silent
though.
films. She was also in one of my favorite Black Mirror episodes, White Christmas.
Oh.
And she was
Good one.
Rob Stark's wife in Game of Thrones, which I didn't even notice.
Weird.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
she's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. And then we got Joyce Vahiri as Kim and Kay Van Novak as Paul.
Do we know what the director did aside from this? Because that name sounded super familiar.
I did not look him up. David Kerr.
Yeah, now that you mention that, that is a very familiar name.
Because this is from 2014, so I'm just gonna look it up real fast.
He directed an episode of Frasier.
Is that it?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. He might have.
Kerr.
Yeah. David Kerr.
He directed Johnny English Strikes Again. It looks like a bunch of Inside Number 9.
Nice.
director. Trying to think, look if it's anything that, like, you know, someone is someone who's a Philistine like me would recognize, but doesn't look like it. I don't see any horror or other garbage. So
Must just have one of those names.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a kind of a silent episode. There's music and noises and stuff like that. It's like a game of cat and mouse kind of, and it's kind of like Home Alone too.
It's a lot like an old Benny Hill episode. If anyone in our audience was unfortunate enough to have to watch any of those,
I never
but like
seen
I
it.
good,
just love Benny Hill.
but good Benny Hill, like when Benny Hill was funny, that kind of Benny Hill.
All right, so you want to jump? Let's jump into the episode, I guess. So there's a lot going on. So I'm gonna read off a couple plot points, and then we could talk about it because there's shit going on every 2 seconds. So it's basically these two robbers show up outside of this wealthy guy's house. They get in the house, and the one guy's phone starts going off, and he tries to chloroform the old man. And they show the text on the screen. It's like his phone keeps going off. He's like, "Do you know how to? Is your phone on silent?" And he's like giving him directions to put his phone on silent
While he's trying to chloroform this old man. It's great. It's very funny.
Yeah, because that was one of the few scenes where like you knew where it was going, and it was
Yeah.
very predictable. When the third time his phone rang, you know that was going to happen, but they
Yeah.
did it in such a way where it was still really funny.
So very funny. And when he meets up with him again, he takes his phone and throws it.
Yeah.
I love his facial expressions, both of
Oh, they're
them.
great.
So yeah, so then he gets in the house, the other guy, after he throws his phone, and the old man's in the bathroom. And are they talking about how long it takes to take a poop or something with their hands?
Yeah, I think they were trying to figure out based on how long he was in there what he was doing.
Yeah, they were trying to do some calculation.
Or how long he would be in there.
They're like, if it's number 1, 1 minute, number 2, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, 4 minutes. And then
So stupid.
then they go grab this picture frame and they start unscrewing the frame, and the dog starts barking.
I love this part
I hate this
so
part.
much. It's just so funny.
It is funny though, because he tries to let the dog out, and then the bigger dog runs in.
A bigger dog
That was
comes
good.
in, and the guy's just like, "What the fuck? Where did this come from?" And then they let the bigger dog back out, and then because the little dog is barking the entire time, and the bigger man keeps trying to like nudge it with his foot, and of course that is not shutting him up. And then he's going to throw it outside with the other one, and then he shuts the door right as he throws it, so it just smashes against the door. And then he, the thinner one, picks it up and puts it in the fucking umbrella stand and mushes it down. Oh my god, I was dying. This whole segment was so funny.
Yeah, when that whole thing happened, I'm like, is the dog okay? And then he just starts mashing into the
Dog is
umbrella.
not
I
okay.
felt bad
Okay.
for the dog.
Well, the good dog was fine. It was only the bad dog.
I
Yeah,
like the
that
little
kind of
one.
that kind of triggered me actually, because the little dog sounded exactly like a dog my neighbors have, and they're the kind of people that just leave it out for hours. So in the summer when the windows are open, you just hear that thing yapping and yapping and yapping, and that dog sounded exactly like it. So I think that's why I didn't care that it met its end the way it did.
Hopefully your neighbors listen to this and get the hint.
That would be insane if that happened. I would love it.
All right. So where are we at? We get all right. So this woman walks downstairs, sits on the couch, and she's sitting next to the old man. And then they start fighting over. She's got the TV on, he's turned the music up, and they're turning the volume up and down and fighting over it. Then they start wrestling over the remote. And then they go outside. What is he puts? He puts the batteries in her drink or something too.
He puts the batteries in her drink. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts in such a childish way for like
And then
where
she
it
drinks
escalates.
it and walks off.
So she goes outside and
Oh.
she's smoking a cigarette. They both, and then he follows her out there. And then the robbers finally get back to the picture frame. They get it off the wall. And this is hilarious that they they take the picture out of the frame and they replace it with paper towels and tinfoil.
So
That was
funny.
great.
My favorite part about this is when those thin robbers like, where is the replacement? And he pulls out like a little towel that's way too small. So the whole thing's so great. Also, I really like the argument that the couple was having because despite the fact that we got no words, the flow of the argument felt very real. Like the back and forth, and then finally he pissed her off so much she stormed out, and I was like, "Fuck! Now I have to go
Yeah, and
and make amends."
I didn't really care about what was going on with them until they were outside and they were passing the phone back and forth.
Yeah,
And then I got really interested and I wanted to know what
Yeah.
they were fighting about. And I love that you never find out.
you never find out,
Because it
and you know
starts,
it's severe. Like
Yeah.
it's whatever they're fighting about is a big deal.
because it just starts as this petty little like feud over
Yeah.
listening to music versus watching TV, and then it just escalates.
Oh man! And then later when he, I'm probably skipping ahead, but because while the burglars are replacing this, they knock over a picture frame, and the man when he comes back in thinks that she has destroyed the picture of them,
Yeah.
and is like, it's great. It just adds to the whole thing.
So
But
yeah,
yeah.
we'll get there. So okay, so they come back in and then the maid grabs the picture that's just sitting on the ground.
Because it looks like a towel.
Yeah, she throws it in like the laundry room. And then one of the robbers goes in there looking for it, and the maid maces him. And then the other robber chloroforms her and throws her in a closet. And then he finds the picture, and then like it's like an elevator in the laundry room, and he goes to grab the picture and the elevator goes upstairs. And then he goes upstairs. This part made me laugh out loud. I'm sorry.
This
though.
part's amazing. This
So
part is so funny.
the the wife is packing. Somehow she has this picture and it's in her suitcase. She's packing this giant suitcase and she locks it, and she goes in the bathroom and he's trying to open it up, and then she throws something on the floor in the bathroom. So he goes over to the bathroom, try to get like the key, and then all of a sudden her wig drops off. His facial expressions in this part are the funniest thing in this episode, I think. And then she's standing up peeing, and he's like so confused. He has no idea what's going on. And then he goes and hides under the bed, and there's a blow up doll.
He like
underneath
shifts
it.
her thong too during this. It's very funny.
I was laughing out loud during this part.
Yeah, because I love at the end when like she closes the door to the bathroom and he kind of just stops and thinks
Yeah,
about it for a
yeah.
second, and then just goes back to what he needed to do.
It's like a
Yes.
second of processing what
Yeah.
just happened.
And he's kind of just like, oh, okay. And then he gets back to this.
He's like, what the
Yes.
hell's going on here?
This next part is probably my favorite.
So yeah, he's
stupid.
hiding under the bed, and there's this blow up doll there, and he's on top of it, and there's air coming out, and she's on top of the bed looking for her shoes. So there's air coming out of a hole. So he puts his hand over the blow up doll's mouth, and then the air starts coming out of the cock. So he grabs the cock like this, and
He puts
then,
his thumb over the tip.
then
And then
the
another
fart
hole
noise
starts
comes out.
leaking.
Oh boy. Oh man, no, that's
So
funny.
dumb.
Oh, it was great. It was, yeah. This is this, like, you've seen this same bit a million times in other things, but never like this.
Well, I gotta let the dog out of the room. Sorry.
I didn't know you had a dog.
Yeah. Noodles.
Noodles.
He's about as small as that dog that got killed in this.
Mm.
All right, so then what happens here? Where are we? All right, so then it cuts to some old man. The old man's outside with a gun in his mouth. He doesn't pull the trigger though. Then this is when he walks in and he finds the picture the robber knocked down of them cracked, and he's all like sad about it. And then
Because while he's outside, like putting the gun in his mouth, and it's all like really sad and depressing in the background. After Eddie, he thinks he's rubbing the cucumber on his eyes to make him feel better, and he rubs the hot pepper, and he's flipping out in the living room.
Yeah,
So,
he's
like,
just knocking shit over.
Yeah, so in the foreground, you got this guy trying to like make the decision to end his life, and in the background, you got this dude just trashing the living room because he can't see anything, and his eyes are burning out of his head. It was such a good
pepper.
They did a lot of good stuff like that. Well,
Yeah.
there's like two things going on, like one really heavy and like emotional thing happening, while something just really stupid is happening somewhere else, and you're watching both of them simultaneously. This was one of those scenes for sure.
I love when he comes back in and he sees the thing knocked over. It's like a lamp, and he just puts it back up. Like, yep.
Yeah.
He's like in a bit of a comatose state at this point.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
It was all that curry he was eating. And then so he puts on this song. I forgot what song it was.
It's a romantic, like, I can't live without you ballad kind of deal.
Yeah, I think it's a well-known song. I don't remember what it's called, but and then she comes down and they kind of like make up a little. They start dancing. And then he like throws her on the couch and tries to kiss her, and she moves away. And then he just shoots her in the face.
He puts a pillow over her head first, because silence.
Yep, she dies in everything she's in.
And then maybe the funniest thing in the episode happens with the traveling sales cleaner man.
That was my favorite part.
I love this thing so much.
The deaf and dumb guy.
Yeah.
The deaf and dumb guy. This whole bit is incredible. I didn't see anything coming with this, and I loved it.
Do you want to explain it?
Sure. So after he's done murdering his wife, he gets a knock on the door, which he is like not that worried about. And then he goes over and opens it, and it's a guy holding a box of cleaning supplies. He's got a card that says, "Hello, I am deaf and dumb. I am selling cleaning supplies. Would you like to buy any?" And he's like, he looks behind and he looks at the mess, and he's like, "Give me 1 second." And then he goes to put the body in the closet, but the maid is already in the closet, so he has to put her in the other
and he's
closet.
so like caught up in what he's doing that he doesn't question why the maid's knocked
No,
out the closet.
he
He
doesn't
kind of
even
shrugs.
register, which
Yeah,
is
he is like
thing's
at
hilarious.
the end though. He is like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
Like-
and he even I love when he opens up the other closet. He even like hesitates for a second. He like looks into it to see if there's anything in there, and then he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he puts her in.
And then he lets this guy back in, and then he's like, I spilled this food all over this couch. Can you help me clean it?" and then while this is happening, he leaves for some reason.
I don't know what he grabs. He grabs like garbage bags or
Yeah,
something.
garbage bags. And then while he's gone, the thin burglar man comes down, and the cleaner guy shows him the card as well and asks if he wants to buy anything. And what does he buy? He buys like
it was like
rope. It was rope, I think.
yeah,
He
it was
gets
like
rope,
it was like
and then
twine and then like
this
a
is
toilet scrubber.
bar none my favorite part of the episode, when the guy like smiles super big and points to the sign that's like 2 for $10. And he's like, and so he buys this fucking brush as well. I don't know. I was dying. I don't know why this got me so good, but I was fucking dying during this whole part.
That's funny.
And that's the cleaner man.
And then
There's more, but yeah.
And then so the guy goes back upstairs, and then they're roping the suitcase outside, And the old man comes back, and the cleaning guy points at the suitcase, and he turns around, but the suitcase comes right back up. And it was like perfect. And then the old man goes outside and checks it out, and this apparently 1,000-pound suitcase crushes him to what looks like to his death, right?
It looks like he's dead.
Yeah.
They just drop the suitcase on him once they spot him. They like look at each other too. It's pretty funny.
And then they run downstairs, and they're like, all right, finally, we're done with this. And then the deaf and dumb cleaning guy blows their brains out.
Because he was actually after the art the whole time, which fell into the pool when they dropped the suitcase.
So good.
Yeah, and then this is the first talking all episode, and he makes a phone call. He's grabbing the picture frame with the paper towels and tinfoil in it, and he makes a call, and he says it's done. And then the last shots, it just shows the picture in the pool. Yeah,
The real painting in the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
starts playing that sappy song from before.
yeah, it's great. It's like the perfect ending, to be honest.
Yeah, that was really good.
and that's the end. So what would you guys rate this episode?
Oh, I don't know. Definitely up there.
I'm gonna give it 5 rolls of paper towels.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, I give it an A+.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything funny, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
I can't really think of anything I disliked about this. This had me.
Oh yeah.
Had me chuckling from beginning to end. So I would definitely watch more of the show. This is the first episode I've ever seen of it. So
Yeah, it was one of our longer episodes we watched because it's just about a half an hour long, and it didn't seem that way because it had a steady flow to it, and it was funny all the way through.
Also, can I be honest? When I first loaded this up and it was made by the BBC, I'm like, oh, this is a real thing. Cool. Like, oh, this is gonna be something.
Yeah, this I watched a bunch of episodes of this show. They're all pretty good.
Nice.
Most
Yeah,
of-
I
most-
definitely want to
most
watch
of them I
more.
watched. Yeah, they're really good.
Are they all funny like this?
Kind of. Some
Yeah.
aren't as funny as the other, but they have humor.
They're all
involved, you know?
humorous in their
Yeah.
own. It's not like Black Mirror where it's like there's a couple funny ones, but mostly they just make you feel bad to be alive.
Not that bad. No, it's definitely more black comedy, which I really enjoy though. But they incorporate some sci-fi and stuff like that into it. After I watched this the first time, I was like obsessed. I was like, this is like the greatest episode of TV I've ever watched.
It's really.
I wasn't
it's really up
expecting it.
there.
Yeah.
This is what I like about this podcast is I never would have watched this without this podcast ever. I wouldn't even know the show
Yeah.
existed.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I didn't know about the show till Joe said something about it.
And I never even watched it before. I was just looking up shows we could watch.
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked it because I never really went anywhere with it beyond finding it.
Yeah, so there's only 2 seasons on Hulu, but on Amazon Prime you can get a subscription. There's a free trial for the BritBox, and that has 6 seasons of it. And
I think that's all of it.
Yeah, the 7th season I think is filming, or they're making it now. So it's still a live show.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I don't have any trivia for you guys today, so I am deadly sorry.
Let's look up trivia real fast.
All right.
No trivia. I was all ready to get another question wrong.
Who was Charlie Chaplin's daughter in this episode?
Trick question. It was his granddaughter. How many points is that?
None.
Damn it.
All right, so I think Joe will probably know this.
That's a lot of
but
pressure.
Rico might as well. What house of
Beyonce.
I almost just said the answer out
Yeah.
loud. We can't use that one anymore.
House of Wax.
What is the highest grossing Stephen film adaptation to date?
Stephen King.
Mhm. Is it A, Maximum Overdrive, B, Trucks, C, the TV miniseries of It, or B or D, the 2017 remake of It?
2017. It.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
That
Those
is the
other
correct
three.
answer.
Well, those first two answers are terrible.
You
least
don't
go
think Maximum
Shawshank-
Overdrive could have
Shawshank.
been it?
And Green Mile might have made us think. Maximum Overdrive's terrible.
I mean,
But
I
there's
completely forgot that he was involved.
Stand By Me.
My first thought was Maximum Overdrive, Trucks, and I almost said from a Buick 88, but that's not a movie yet. So I couldn't. Oh, Christine, that would have been the other killer
There you
car.
go.
In
That
Maximum
would've been better.
Overdrive, there's a truck on it that says Thurston.
Nice.
It's one of the main villains.
I have Maximum
Goddamn
Overdrive
right.
on VHS. It's a cherished item.
Very nice. I really want to get a CRT and a VHS player when I get a house.
No, you don't.
Well, when I have like my
CRT
game
TVs
room,
are-
I do.
Such a nightmare. Get a small one, man. Don't make the same mistake.
Why, you got a huge one?
I used to have quite a large one, and it was
Uh,
one of the heaviest pieces of equipment I've
No,
ever
I know.
owned. It was
Yeah,
20
they are
inches,
heavy.
and it was like 150 pounds. I gave that motherfucker away to whoever would carry it when I left college.
What do you guys what's up next? What are we doing next year?
My
Isn't it-
episode is up next,
Okay.
and we will be watching Creep Show,
Ooh.
season 1, episode 3, titled All Hallows Eve and the Man in the Suitcase. And that is available to watch on AMC Plus, Amazon Prime, and Shudder, which I would recommend everybody who is even remotely a horror fan get Shudder, because it's cheap and it is loaded with content.
Yeah, this will be my excuse to resubscribe to it because I haven't had it in a minute.
Do it. It's so worth having.
How much is
Oh.
it?
It's like $5 a month.
Yeah, it's like 5, 6. I think it went up recently, but even at that, I think
Yeah.
It's not
maybe like
much.
$6 a month, and it's basically just all horror Netflix. It's so
Did
good.
you watch the Critters miniseries they did on there?
No, I have not watched that yet.
It is delightful. It's very self-aware and very dumb.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, highly recommend. Shudder exclusive.
Nice. I never had Shudder, so I'll check it out for a month.
Yeah,
It's definitely worth it for a month.
absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
And what episode is this? Episode 2?
Season 1, episode 3.
Okay.
It's All Hallows Eve and the Man in the Suitcase, which I think would be two perfect shorts for this show. I think you guys will appreciate them.
Perfect.
So what is it like?
I'm excited. I haven't seen the
15
new Creep Show at all, so I'm
Is
very
there
excited.
half-hour show and they just do 2 little stories?
I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
ish.
What does everyone got coming up? What are you guys up to?
I'll be just kind of staying alive until we record next week.
Panicking about work.
Yeah.
Aside from that, not much. Playing card games, doing my thing. Oh, I got the cover done for my book, so that's exciting.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any YouTube stuff you got working on?
Oh yeah, I'm recording my favorite creepypasta of all time, which is the burger entries. So if you want to listen to a story about a killer invader hot dog scraps from Mars, I highly recommend to be up at in the future.
Very nice.
Nice. I like it.
And how's our YouTube channel coming along?
It should exist by tomorrow morning.
All right, beautiful. And as always, you can. Oh, and I have to upload this audio. I'll do that tomorrow, though. All of them or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll also next week, the video game randomizer is back. We are talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I can't wait to get it out of the way. The hiatus is over. We're back. So go
Did you
check.
beat it?
No, but stay tuned
How
for
far
that.
did you get?
I'm still playing it. I got past Raditz.
You got past Raditz?
Yes.
I'm Vegeta.
I'm on Vegeta and whoever.
Nappa.
Yeah. Whatever that guy's name is.
Nappa. The bald guy.
So go give us some suggestions on Twitter at Tales from the TV. You can email us at talesfromthetv@gmail.com or check out our YouTube. Leave a comment below and a thumbs up and subscribe and 5-star ratings for us, please, and thank you.
Yeah, 5 stars, please. And if you want to hit us up on Discord or play games with us, just reach out. We'd be happy to. If the games align, always willing to. Yeah,
Definitely. Yes. So until next time.
long live Tales from
from
the
the
TV.
TV. Yeah. See you guys.
Bye.